Hello, what the fuck is up? Welcome to my office. Again, if you've been here before. If not, hello. My name is Amy, and this is Beside a Plant, and I just wanted to talk really quickly about kind of who I am, what this channel is going to be, and talk about the sexiest concert that I was just recently at. I guess I don't want to say the sexiest because I also went to Backstreet Boys really recently, and that like fucking knocked my socks off. So, but I'm gonna be talking about going to Leon Bridges a couple weeks ago. So, anyways, my name is Amy. This is Beside a Plant. My anticipation for this channel is that the vibe we're going for is that we are having like a sleepover girls' night at my house, and I want to talk about stupid shit. I want to talk about important stuff. I want to talk about stuff that hurts my feelings. I want my friends to come on here and talk about the things that hurt their feelings. But I also just want to laugh and giggle at all the joyful, stupid shit in life and try to, I don't know. But that's pretty much it. And I want us to drink a fucking glass of wine together every night. Is that too much? I don't know. In my last video, I should have said, because I had this like fucking wine glass out, but it was filled with kombucha because I was deathly ill. I'm still deathly ill, but fuck it, I'm gonna send it. I'm also, shout out to this wine that I have been carrying with me for like over a year now. Rosy ass rhubarb. I already had 2 sips and I'm trashed. I got it from, I guess, Prairie Berry Winery. I got it in South Dakota when I was driving home. I worked in the Tetons last summer in Wyoming and drove home. When I was in South Dakota, I was just saw this winery that they were doing like a free wine testing, whatever. Went in by myself, had a ball, and then bought like 6 bottles of wine that I've been slowly working my way through the whole last year. This is the last one that we have. But anyways, no matter what, I want us to have like a fancy little fun drink, because again, this is girls' night. This is girls' night and we're gabbing about stupid shit and fun shit. So anyways, sexiness. Leon Bridges, sexiest concert I've been to, minus the Backstreet Boys. I did not anticipate, although now I realize my absolute ignorance, that every bitch was going to be pregnant or with child at that concert. I have never been to a concert with so many children in the air, in the energy. If you were not already with child, you were going home and making a child. Like, and it was funny, I actually saw someone that I know from college who I hadn't seen in years, and she's like, oh my god, I didn't know it was you. I was like, oh my god, hey, so nice to see you. Can you believe we're the only 2 fucking bitches that don't have kids? It was wild. But anyways, so the concert was amazing. Leon Bridges came out, like, dynamite vocals, whatever. We know, all that, like, boring, like, it was great. It was obviously 10 out of 10, come on. And, but I want to talk about this one little incident. So, me and my partner were smoking in the crowd, and we befriend a couple ladies next to us because everyone there was so friendly and chatty, and you know, these two ladies were like, oh my God, I'm wet. Look at Leon Bridges. And we were like, oh my God, I know. And the ladies were telling us, like, we're celebrating our birthdays. Like, one of them had, like, just turned 45. The other one had, like, just turned 40. And the one that had turned 45 was telling us, like, can you believe it? Like, I can't believe I'm already 45. Like, she was going through it. She was going through it about the fact that she was 45. And, and she's doing that thing, right? Like, we all have a lot of older women in our lives, right? Like, they do this thing where they're like, do I look 45 to you? Like, and, you know, I have to, we were like, bitch, shut the fuck up, smoke these joints with us. You look amazing, you're beautiful. And she did, she was, like, and we smoked and had a great time. Her friend, her younger friend who was 40, actually ended up getting sick. And it was so fun. The girl, she was like, they smoked too much weed. So that was kind of probably our fault. But she was like, I'm not doing so well, I gotta go. And so she like beelines it out of there. And the woman who's like 45, she's still gabbing with us. Like, she's like singing along to Leon Bridges. We're like fucking linked up. And after like a minute, I was like, girly, like, I really think you should go like check on your friend. And she was like, should I go do that? Yes, be a good girlfriend, go check on your freaking girl. And so she did, and we didn't end up seeing her for the rest of the night. But it just made me want to say, like, because this also came up, and this has come up with my partner's mom before. She does this thing too, where like she puts herself down because of her age. And again, I know a lot of people who are like, you know, women doubting themselves because of having gray hair, wrinkles. I mean, the women I work with as well, like some of these older women putting themselves down about this natural, beautiful aging process. And every time I hear like women put themselves down, and they'll say to you, right, as like a younger person, they'll be like, oh, like, you don't have to worry about it. You're still young and beautiful and whatever, and oh, I wish I could be that still. And it always hurts though, because it's like, I'm getting older too, and the message that it's sending is like, again, my beauty is attached to my age. Like, they're somehow like, again, somehow like it's like my youthfulness is vital to my beauty, and I just so vehemently disagree with that. Like, and you know, this woman at this concert who was like, do I look 45? Like it's this shameful thing. Like, no, you look like you could be 45, and you look beautiful, and you look amazing. And I feel this already with myself. Like, I've already get to, you know, and me and all my girlfriends, right, as we're getting older, like, it's, I realized too, I think in my last video I said that I'm 25. That's not even true. I'm 24. Like, so I just aged myself right there. And it wasn't, again, until we talk about this, that I was like, you know, I kept on thinking of myself as a 25-year-old. I'm literally 24. But anyways, like, I am turning 25, and I've been having this, I've been going back and forth between this, like I'm panicking a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous, right? Like, feeling like I thought I would be, like, maybe in a different place than I am at 25. But then also I think about it and I'm like, I feel like I'm exactly where I need to be. I also feel like I'm someone who has always felt like my prime is probably going to be between like 35 and 45. I believe it. Like, I don't, and again, I think it's so important, like the stories that we tell ourselves, because that drives everything, right? Like, we can tell ourselves the story that like life is over once, you know, again, like a big scary thing for women is like turning 30. Or again, sometimes it can feel like that turning 25, because it is like, oh, like the young 20s are behind me. Now I'm like a grown 20 something year old, and like now I really got to get my shit together. And I also have always like disagreed with that. Like, I've always been like, I feel really comfortable like being a mess. Like being a mess in all of my 20s, and I'm kind of down to be a mess in my 30s too. Like, I don't want to be like, because I mean, I had so many friends that like went to getting out of college, immediately went into like pursuing their career. And I started like, kind of when I was in college, I always knew what I wanted to do was travel. And I started doing this thing where I was serving in national parks and just like park hopping when I like in the summers when I was going to college. So I knew that's like what I was going to start doing full time when I left school. That was always my goal, to like be a bartender, be a server, like wait tables, flip tables, like basically not even use my degree for a couple of years. And so anyways, just I wish that women, we would all just give ourselves more grace to age. Like, it genuinely is like a beautiful thing to age. And I think about it too, like when I was younger, I didn't always anticipate, like I didn't always like plan for my future, like because of circumstances in my life. And I didn't always really envision myself like as an older person. I felt like I was very much so more concerned with my immediate needs and immediately getting to the next day. But now, like being a 24-year-old, when I had never envisioned what my life really was truly going to be at 24, as it was so much more like survival mode, whatever. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying getting older. I look forward to having gray hair. My thought too has always been like, I love women that have really long, like gray white hair. Like, I hate too, I shouldn't say hate, because it is like women, whatever makes you feel good about you. But like when women cut their hair really short as they get older, and like, which again, people do that for like many reasons, but I love older women rocking really long gray hair, and I want to be one of those bitches, personally. I don't know. And so just when I hear older women knock themselves, I always just want to be like, you want to be really careful, because you're saying this about me too. And like, again, I know we get so much shit put on us from society about like, basically you have to always stay looking like a youthful child, right? And it's gross. Like, it's gross. Like, when I'm 45, I want to look like a 45-year-old. I want to embrace that. Like, I'm going to be so thankful I even made it that far. Jesus Christ, climate change and everything else, like, it's going to be a miracle if I make it to 45. And again, I think about that too. It's like, God, the trials and tribulations that humanity has gone through because of the things that humanity has created, like wars, famine, like blah, like, again, any person that has made it and is old enough to be rocking the gray do and whatever, it's like, you have made it through some stuff. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Rock it, own it. And also, I totally believe that like again, the gray hair, the wrinkles, like, how beautiful to be wise, to like show that in your face, like the wisdom of your years and stuff like that. So my Leon Bridges ladies, get it together, because I mean, I'm glad that she had that conversation with me, because I'm like, I let that shit roll off my back and I reject that stuff, but so many other young women are hearing you when you say that stuff. So many young women at the dinner parties, the Thanksgivings, the Christmases, hear older women when they knock themselves for being their age. And it makes the rest of us have to come to this reckoning, right? Like, because again, I've heard all these messages, I've received all these messages as well, but it's like, I have had to do my own stuff and be like, no, I look forward to this. I'm not going to hold on to my youth. I'm not going to like aggressively try to hold on to something that's fleeting. And also, I do not want to romanticize it either. Like, again, to like be 45 and be probably in a more comfortable situation, like financially. I mean, again, like the fact that it's like my brain is still developing. It's not until it's like you're 25 that your brain stops developing. And again, as I realized, I'm 24. So it's like, and I know there's also a lot of women I know who are like in their 30s and 40s and say like that has brought so much clarity to their life. And like being in their 30s and being in their 40s, they have come to so much peace with some of the petty, you know, things that we think about now, right? Like, again, in a lot of ways, it's like I am very fucking vain. Again, I live for the fashion, I live for the bling, the makeup, the drama, whatever. Like, a lot of that is wrapped up in my own vanity and wanting to maybe look a certain type of way. But again, it's like I want to, you know, we got to be careful about that stuff. Gotta be careful, okay? So, anyways, there is my stupid, silly little sexy story about Leon Bridges and about how women need to be careful about the stories that they're telling young women. Okay? That's it. I hope you had a glass of wine with me. I need to finish mine, but... Okay.